Hi, seventh grade, Miss Lunsford here. Um, for this slide, I just want to revisit our definition of the Renaissance. You saw this slide earlier in our presentation, but just to remind you, the Renaissance is the time period in Europe from the 1300s to the 1600s. It's defined as a time of individualism and innovation and the rediscovery of classic cultures from ancient Greece and Rome. These cultures were largely lost during the Middle Ages and the Dark Ages, which we covered in Unit 2, but they were rediscovered during the Renaissance period, which is why this time period is called the Rebirth. If you are interested in reading more about the Renaissance period, to learn more about it, you're still not quite clear what we're talking about, click here. And there's a reading that kind of goes over the big changes that occurred that led to this new period in Europe's history. During the Renaissance, people had a lot of new and different social values. You explored these vocabulary terms earlier in the lesson through Quizlet. I've redefined them here for you because it's important you understand that these social values drove people during this time period. These are the values that were important to people. In Unit 3, we taught you the difference between seen and unseen culture as we looked at culture in Africa. We talked about how our seen culture is a reflection of the things that we believe and value. So think about that. These are the ideas that people in Europe during the Renaissance believed in and valued. They valued humanism, the idea that humans had potential and they could achieve great things on Earth. They valued secularism, this idea that they should focus on their achievement on Earth and what they could do in the world rather than guiding all of their actions toward achieving salvation in the afterlife. This idea of individualism, this idea that you can distinguish yourself from everybody else through achievement. Skepticism, the notion that you can question everything and that it's important to question things and to learn things. During the Renaissance, people valued generalism, this notion that you should be accomplished in a variety of fields. And of course, people valued the ideas and accomplishments of ancient Greece and Rome. Please make sure that you understand these Renaissance values, these social values, these unseen beliefs and values before you move on. Because what you're going to do next is you're going to research a figure from the Renaissance, and you're going to make some decisions about how that person is a good example of one or more of these Renaissance values. So, researching a Renaissance figure. You're going to pick an important person from the Renaissance to research. And on the next slide, there's a list of people you can choose from. You can go anywhere really on the internet to find your information, but just as a suggestion, here are some good sources to get you started. Encyclopedia Britannica has tons of information. It is a great source to start with. Same with this website, Biography Online. Also, you can link here to a list of TPMS online resources. This is also available through the Media Center Google Classroom. You can access it there. This is a good place for you to get started in researching your Renaissance figure. You can also go to BrainPop. A lot of the figures on our list actually have a dedicated BrainPop about them. And BrainPop is, those of you in my classes know how much I love BrainPop. Lots of great information can be found on those videos as well. So let's take a look at the people you can choose from. The Renaissance saw people accomplished in such a huge variety of fields that you can choose somebody that actually appeals to what you're interested in. Those of you who are into science and math, pick one of our scientists and inventors or mathematicians. Plenty of artists and sculptors to choose from. Politician, that includes a lot of kings and queens you can pick from, but also just people who had power, like Niccolo Machiavelli was not exactly a king, but he used his power to influence people to act and behave in particular ways. He's fascinating, as are everybody in the politician list. or you could choose a writer or a philosopher to research. Once you've selected a figure to research, here's what we want you to do. Type the name of the person you picked up here. Then tell us a little bit about their life. Where were they born? When? What was their childhood life like? What was their adult life like? And then tell us about their historical contribution. What did your person contribute to history? What are they known for? Why are they a Renaissance person? Why are they even on our list? Did they have a controversy? Did they invent something that changed the world? Did they have a distinct ability in something? Did they do a good job at something? Are they memorable because of their art, because of their scientific contributions? Describe it and make sure that you use at least 2 to 3 sentences to do that. Over here, take this yellow X and place it next to the category that best describes your person. And finally, find a picture of your Renaissance person and paste it in that bottom right square. Once you've finished with the research on your particular Renaissance person, you're going to be ready to move on to the last part of this lesson for this week. Good luck, everyone.